Hello, courthouse and attorney. This is a video on my behalf explaining that John Stamper is not a reliable witness towards my character. I'm only saying this because the very last court date that I went to, the judge said, and there's a witness, and who is the name of the witness? And it was John. He's not a witness to my character. No, I will be denying uh, that what he says is the truth about anything, and you should too. There's evidence that we have to pull up, right? And that's what I want. See, the entanglement and why things are so screwed up, even for you, because you're a professional, but now you're dealing with this really petty stuff, and it's not petty anymore to me. I want you to understand that these people abused power because they were able to open up this contract, which was decided by me. That's why, okay, so this is kind of jumping the gun. There shouldn't be a problem for a public defender to get transcripts. That's the work that they're supposed to do. And it's a free public defender for that reason, because you're being paid to do that work. If you can't do the work, then I have to fire you, right? And all of this experience, I want none of it. I want none. Now, having said this, I would love to explain to you who I am, but it's going to take a long time. Maybe we'll have time for that one day. I'll tell you, though, that I am one of the first residences on this street in Idlewild, and I hope that you take into consideration where we are and really back way up and figure the issues that are coming up within humanity. And see, my main issue and what a lot of people would be concerned about, sorry, I didn't really want to say any of this, but it's about our well-beings. It's about environmental issues. The environmental well-being that then affects our mental and emotional and physical, eventually, well-being. See, the reasons why we come up into the mountains, kind of a thing. And so, but there is clashing going on with two types. And apparently it just happened in my neighborhood, where the last ones to chalk in are so very not mountain people. Sorry. And I think that when they hear that kind of thing, they get kind of nervous, because they don't know what that means. Oh, well, it means that we use wood to heat ourselves, because there's a resource all around us. We collect wood to heat ourselves. Uh, it's not illegal to do that. See, it's not illegal to live up here like that. We've been doing it for 100 years. Okay, I've been up here for 88 years. I'm laughing because there is a faction of people that would like to just stamp us out. And I'm like, no, this is a very vital time for humanity. And I hope that you're willing to take part, even though you might be really exhausted and tired. Well, I'm here for you. I'm here to clarify some things that, okay, first of all, with these cases going on. First of all, John Stamper, I'm telling you, is not a reliable witness. Neither is Karen. Nobody is there. Right? If they have a camera on me, then okay, but even still, no way. By the time they're trying to film me, they're going happy because they have their contract opened out on me. And now, see, they damaged my brains. And you don't know how many times I've thought that I need to call the police. Oops, sorry. I need to call the police on them because my brains are damaged. They injured me. And that happened because they gaslit in front of the judge. He tacked on some things, whether it's fibbing or not, doesn't make a difference to me. That's serious matter right there. I thought that the judge also would settle it up for us, and she didn't. She asked me to do it. And I think that she did that is because it's a civil case still. And she's just trying to get me to decide, come on, what do you want to do here? And it's like, no, I don't think that that's right, though. He turns it into a criminal case by fibbing about some things that I did. That's some strong language. I'm sorry. So I'm here to stress that no, that person is no kind of witness towards my character. No, false. Whatever he says, I want to know what the physical evidence is. Not the filming that he does. That's illegal to film me. That's a violation of my rights somehow, some way. He doesn't have authority over me. He can't do that. Can you just look at this? He does it by way of the judge making some kind of horrendous mistake. Okay, did I make the mistake? I want to take it back. Do I have to stand in front of the judge? Please talk to me about this. Is this August 3rd, August 5th? Am I sitting in your office? These people have no right to attack my character. I have done nothing to them. I would love for you to hear the whole story as to why it ended up that I became so visible. Otherwise, did you know that I am a very quiet person? These people would not even know I existed. In fact, this neighbor over here that has been there longer, we see each other, but he doesn't care if I exist. I can tell. But he up and jumps, and this is where I'm going to end it, because I know that this is not your case, but I need this to open up more. I want it to. Do you know the Sierra Club? Do you want to win a case, possibly class action, that involves just the steady pushback that is global, but really we have west of the Mississippi, where we want to stop activities that pollute lands, watershed lands that could possibly pollute the waterways and stuff. And what this guy on this side did, see, Stamper's over here, and this other guy, I'll call him Jim Bob, is over here. And a lot of residents has done this, and it's only 3 years old. I tried to call code inspectors, and they ignored it. They ignored that there was a bunch of material that they brought in. Very toxic. They got a free deal. And anyway, this is where this starts. And this one over here calls the sheriff on me, trespassing on my property now. Yes. Claiming that I disturbed the peace, which is an insult, because when you pour 12 truckloads of, I mean, these are massive trucks, too. City grade asphalt, but worse than that. No, this stuff was, and it was not professionally done. If you just investigate it, it was not at all planned. They just up and jump and got it, and that was an impulse. Impulsive, dysregulated, and it lands on that they made a mistake. And when I said no to them, that's wrong. They gave me reactive abuse. 3 different residences did. They all know each other, and they all ganged up on me. And by the time there's 9 people that I'm pushing back out of my driveway, disrespecting who I am. I have a right to my voice, by the way. This is just in the courtroom, right? Let it go. You guys are all animated, and it's like, I want to hear some real passion about something, and not this joking around. The judge makes a joke about his name because it's the same name, and he says, that's a great name. Excuse me? I'm going to trial here, and I don't need people taking up sides right in front of my face. Good God. So anyway, back to this environmental terrorism that did go down. A lot of people noticed it. Now, I'm willing to take another year to pull all this up, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to take another year, right? Why? Oh God, I am just barely inching into this part of my life now. It's just, is this the next half of my life? I would love to change the ordinances. I would love to help change the ordinances west of the Mississippi, where, I'm sorry, but people that choose to live around here in the mountains and even out in the desert, you behave a certain way to keep the ambiance of the beauty of the sanctuary that it is. Did you know that we get energy from the mountains? It's not because of the place is not polluted with city-grade pollutions. We are able to heal there. This is the truth. We cannot, like, get our eyesight off of the truth about how and what. And also, we cannot be constantly stifled and sent to court just because we're trying to protect our well-beings. Now, when do we flip this over? How much time does it take? I get a lot better because then I'm being taken care of. They have caused financial stress. They don't know who I am. They're the kind of people that don't bother. I'm sorry. I already made a video about this. The main thing is it's just I don't appreciate any of this. I've been here, like I said, my family has been here for nearly 100 years. It was just time to talk in the neighborhood. And these people just broke my neck and would rather just bury me alive. I want to be reimbursed of the bail money that I had to get out of jail. I want to be reimbursed of the gas that it takes to go to court and back because look, I'm isolated in the mountains. I don't do this stuff. I mean, I am civilized. These people aren't civilized. What I mean is I'm overly civilized. My family is. We come up here. We know what caused the depression in the 20s. Do you? Did you know it was purposely caused? Guess what it was caused by? Environmental terrorists. Yeah, they just said go ahead and let the people farm a certain way. I'm sorry, I didn't want to talk about this, but maybe you should be interested in what possibly can be going down. We're not out of the 20s yet. Now in 2029. Coming up, I'm sorry, it's a 2026, but I said 29 for a reason. All right, so I find this completely ridiculous because all these are is very childish, kind of worse than that. It's worse than this because what they do for a living, it's like, okay, that's not my business, but why do they bring it to my home and put shackles all over me and tie me up? Help me, please, now. I didn't put myself on trial so that I can be further examined by these people that are a witness. No, they're not. And so I'm very close. This is July 26th. And I have a right to my personality, by the way. Just, I get heated up. This has been very irritating. I don't repress. I'm an expressive person. I'm actually a very peaceful person. But you do not create a healthy environment within you if you repress things, right? They caused it in me. I wish I can slow you down. Do you understand? See, I have a feeling that a lot of you public defenders that are older, especially, you're getting weary and you're freaking tired. I mean, you've been through a lot. You're overloaded, and this is just one more person, huh? I understand that I'm probably gonna have to sell some things here. I don't have much to sell anymore. I've already sold stuff. See, I'm slowly picking up and getting out of here, and I'm realizing like it was 4 years ago that I thought, this is tough, but psychologically I have to adjust. I might have to, well, now that these people came in and chalked in and how they treated me and what they did to the environment, and living in their own bubble and who they are, the energy so negative and ugly, and I'm really ready to leave. I've already kind of advertised, not publicly, but I'm trying to do it privately, buy owner to sell my home. I'm continuously fixing it up. But these people have stifled that decision making. You know, at the very least, but really, no, I'm going to look for reimbursement for the harassment that they put me through by way of, okay, so was that me on the stand that decides because the judge couldn't? Sorry, the transcripts need to come in. Sorry. I tried to get the transcripts, a year ago, and I didn't have the money. I was already tapped out by the court dates, and having been, these people are extremely harmful if you are in need, right? And you know how the society is, and I'm not exactly needy like that. They think that I'm trapped. I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not really. These people have freaking damaged my brains. It's affected a lot of my life that I'm not ready to express right now. I have a lot of people do, right? And I think that the freaking public defenders might have it at this time. Have a problem of standing up for yourself? Well, you know, I can help you. You know, I want to clarify that the evidence that they have against me is just, bring it up. It's physical. It has to be physical. Whatever they think of me isn't the truth, and whatever they say can't at all be the truth because that person proves to be a liar right in front of the judge, I wish that I can get a response towards this. I'm going to dare send it. Somehow I got to make it privatized, and before I have a meeting, because I need it to be understood that, I need to fire you if you're not able to protect my right to expression, speech, my Facebook page, the way that I need to advertise there and even gather constituents. Because the first thing that you said the last time we met on July 22nd, which you probably don't even remember, right? I don't know how you guys remember all these cases. To me, that's all right, whatever. Do you guys ever win a major case? Like what I'm saying, do you ever flip it around because of the way that I want leverage about their character? Find out what they're up to with law enforcement. I want this done. I want an investigation about how many times they come into contact with law enforcement throughout their whole life versus me. Who does what? I just want you to see it. Now, can you do this for me? Are you guys too tired? I want a young, if otherwise I want a young, preferably a woman. I want a young woman for a public defender. And by that time, I hope that you can speak with them and give them the thing that I'm trying to do is gain leverage. These people don't know my character. They defamed it. I'm pretty sure I know them better. We can see it. It's despicable. Do you realize that when they first came around here, which is I think is 2021, I had a dog that was dying. It's 22 years old, and it's doing its last little walk up the driveway and down. It's a dead-end road, and there wasn't that many people, but it exposed itself. But see, it died 6 days later. I'm pretty sure it's them that called animal control on me. I don't know why I find this so hideous. And then see, I wrote a note um, when that happened. See, they fined me because I don't have a computer chip in it and all this stuff like this. It's like, would you get off my case? See, all I know is that they were threatening to take my dog, who I think it was 4 days later that she died. Because she's 22. She's at her last end of stage life. I am somebody who midwives people and animals, birthing and deathing. See, they don't know that. See, I think we have a society that is just going to keep stomping on me because they don't understand, like, what kind of a person I am. I'm not afraid to midwife. Bring them in, take them out, be with them. You don't stick them in a box, in a truck, in a cold box. Ah, my dog. My God, that was so irritating. And then see, I had no idea it was them. I didn't think that it was them. But it was. Who else would it be? Yep, it was. I'm pretty sure. And I remember the ones that sold that land to them, which is, I consider them good neighbors on the other side. They know my character the best. I think they have great respect for me, and we have yet to talk to those neighbors and say, no, explain Shauna. Explain who she is. I would rather them explain who I am as a witness, not John Stamper. No way. No. Oh, I'm sorry, and sorry. I'm going through a lot, so and I let myself get heated up, and I don't believe that that's illegal. No, I think that you get this kind of thing in the courthouse, right? You get animation. I see it, but like I said, what I see. Sorry, this is 20 minutes. At least you're getting paid. No, what I see is a lot of joking around because people are being like sugarcoating and maybe the issues are too heavy, but now you're just getting paid and you want to get out of there, so you're just going to be light and fluffy. And it's like, you know what? Not here. Because these people are messing with my life, my financing, my emotionality, my creative life, my mind. They're trying to bring me to their level of whatever it is they live. Now, let's check it out, please. Let's look at their character now. Really. Just find out how much contact they make with law enforcement over the last 5 years. Not about me, just their activity. Why is it all of a sudden that they have such authority over me? And they have just mangled me, okay? And I don't want that. They should be punished for that. Something went wrong in front of the judge. Can we go back to that judge? I want to talk to her. Do I have to do this alone? People are kind of telling me that I might have to do that. And I have a strong feeling that I might have to do that after I talk to my public defender, Gene Dorney, who he's just running over me. He says, no, you need to get off of Facebook. It's like, no. Are you kidding me? Don't do that to me. You are repressing me. You're causing oppression. I should be communicating to survive here. Did you know that social media is here to protect us somehow? Now, can we do it? Yes, we can. It's just kind of slow going, right? I have to do a lot of work myself, but there's a way that I can get on AI and I can find out and I can prove to you that they're conspiring to bring me down by taking my Facebook page and using my emotionality against me. They can't do that. It's not illegal to have emotions over Facebook. I did, and you have to understand this more and more. I did nothing. Otherwise, babes, if you don't understand this, you're letting down all of humanity because social media is actually here to be more of a judicial algorithmic play than anything else. And how are you doing with that? See, there's new laws that has been passed as of February of 2026 concerning our rights to privacy. Why? It's because social media is meant for something. It's to pull up a certain kind of person and then kind of discard the rest. And it is not to pull up John Stamper. False witness people, bullies that pick on me instead of helping me. I am hermited for 12 years here. My grandmother died. I was taking care of her, already hermited 8 years before then. See, before she died was 2015 or 14, yes. And I'm hermited. I'm alone. I like my alone time. I love what I was exposed to being alone and living really quiet in the mountains. See, but a lot has piled on me that these people see when, and they don't talk, and I think about it and I look at it and it's like, ugh. So I have a right to my venting about society, how sick they are, okay? I believe that the sick society is being allowed to throw me around, and it's like, no, would you stop it? Where does that get anybody? Now, where can I get with this, please? I'm not, people, you know what, humanity is not going to put a cherry on top of how upset. See, their feelings is what gives them their decision as to whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing for their bodies. You can't ignore your feelings. You know, I'm sorry, but I guess we're looking at a bunch of fake people, especially at the courthouse. No, it's not going to happen with me. No, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stop you. You cannot go by what these people think. That's not reality, and you're not going to go by what they say. That person lies in front of the judge. They are not in favor of me. They are no kind of witness of me. None! None! We get the neighbors next door to them to describe my character because they've known of me for almost 20 years since I've moved back and to take care of my grandma. And I have a right to my esteem. I have a right to my trauma when I'm being mobbed upon. I have a right to all of this being my life, and it's not turning on me. I'm getting through it. I stand up for myself. I am at the courthouse. I want trial, showing them who they are, not me. Thank you. Sorry. I know that you need more evidence. See, I don't think I want Dorney for my because he says things right away that's like that's not right. That's not every single it's just a red flag. I've gotten 3 red flags already from the very first time I greeted him. Um, he said something. He said, well, you might have to lose your property. You might have to leave. Babe, I own property here. I'm homesteaded from 100 years ago. If anything, I'm going to build a shrine and say, no, I've been here. And now, how are we doing? How are we living? Does this mic work? By the way, I'm a live performing artist. I play music for town. They know me and they're wondering where I am at. See, I was supposed to have risen up 2, 3 years ago. This is the truth. But these people clubbed on me. Do you know how difficult it is to get into your highly creative space of mind when that is going on? Oh, they have an energy. I can go on and on about that, and I've pushed it back. You know, it's basically these are bullies in a sandbox. The only problem, I need to cut the cord of the restraining order. I will not be directed around by these people. I've already did jail time and all this stuff. How am I supposed? No, stop all of this. We need to go back to the judge and see the moment. We need to go back to the transcripts and see the moment where the judge is very shady. She doesn't do her job for some reason. Is it because it's a civil case that I'm supposed to decide to get a contract opened out on me so that they can now abuse it? Just because I'm having a bad day and I raise my voice on my own property? That is wrong. Please help me. Please understand. I'm just saying this. Just can you understand where I'm coming from? I need this to be taken seriously. This is my life. I think it's important. That's one of the big things that Gene Dorney told me the last time he's there. He says, he's looking at me and it's like, well, you're not saying much, but I understand that, I understand some things though, that you're not even talking about that. And I would love to go and talk to you about it now. I will take every day. If you're too tired and you have too many cases and it's just turning into like, is the routine like you're going to be a computer? Well, we need money now and you don't have the money. No, I thought you did, babe. You have all the judicial money in the world over there. Please get the transcript so we can see where the judge starts putting me on the spot. Literally, I will never forget it. I was beside myself, and I stood like this away from everybody, and I kind of looked at the bailiff because they were waiting for an answer from me. And I think it was her job. That's why I was there. Tell me, based on the evidence, Judge, whether it's necessary that you open a contract on me. No, no, because he lied. He lied about who I am. It's disturbing to me because I know who I am. Idlewild is my oyster, and I am the pearl here. I don't deserve to be beat up by whoever these people think they are, okay? I want justice now. Thank you. They're using law enforcement in a weird way. Those people, I want every sheriff to come back. That's my evidence that these people are crazy sending them after me. I have PTSD from the very first time they arrested me. That was a horrible experience. It made me sick. It made me sick. I documented it. I had conjunctivitis of both of my eyes. I developed a darn lung polyp. I will pull up all of those medical records, and I want compensation from that. These people could not talk, and they did the wrong thing, and what are we supposed to do? All right, okay, so I know it's impossible in the world. I just want a tiny bit of justice, and I want that cord cut, and I want to go on with my life. I don't care about those people. They are nothing, meaning that I don't see them, they don't see me. I understand, I get it. Let's get that far with the judge. They think I'm nothing, and I think they're nothing also. Also. These people are, this is not my demeanor. I want this to be over with. See, I have yet to get my wood. They have put me in such repression and fear beside myself. I can't explain this, but I'm bringing myself up. See, I have to go and talk to the neighbor next door and say, hey, babes, you might be sequestered to tell you, because I would rather you tell the judge about my character than these people. For whatever reason, these people, they just, every street in Idlewild has this problem where, okay, there's one person who says, no, we don't put bright lights up. We're keeping it the ambiance of the mountain. We love the wildlife here. We came here for the wildlife. John Stamper, the Stampers did not come up here for that. No, their dogs are very violent. They will kill anything. If it got out, I'm sure it would maul a dog. I mean, I would maul, yeah, they would maul a baby or something. I don't know. It depends on, I guess, how nice you are, but no, I don't know. John Stamford prides in the very first. That guy told me things in the very beginning, which made me just say, "Oh, well, I don't need to know that person." But they kept kind of wanting to, of course, try to interact. And I don't know, but really, I think that they were just testing and seeing and finding out, is this a target or not? And they just decided to make me a target. Period. Thanks for listening.